So let's be real, the DCU or DCEU as it was known for is not in its best state right now. Apparently Henry Cavill is gone, again. Ben Affleck works on something DC related, that is not the Batman movie. Black Adam does poorly at the box office, so no future there. The third Wonder Woman has been cancelled before production even really started, and whatever is going on with Ezra Miller and Amber Heard has not to be repeated again. After all, everyone knows what is going on with them. The entire fandom is split into two sides who, by the way, not only defend their own opinion and movies that they love, but both groups are kind of toxic, and it appears to me that they hate each other because of the missing knowledge the other group has about the DC comics and how the characters work. Clearly both sides are right and wrong at the same time. That's heavy. So I am the opinion that right now there's only one direction the DCU can go without making everyone angry. Again. Here you can see a rough timeline of the DCU so far. Of course it is blurred because some would have already stopped the video if they knew what I wrote down there, and some movies are missing because I'm not the biggest fan of them. So whether you like them or not, would consider them as canon and would put them into your timeline is completely up to you. I'm at a point with the DCU right now at which I choose if a movie is canon or not. You know, because of the mess at Warner Brothers. As you can see, the blue ones are already released movies, we can just buy them as Blu-ray or watch them on streaming services. The green one is complicated though. I think that whether or not David Ayer's version of the Suicide Squad movie is better than the original we saw in theaters doesn't matter. This is entirely about a director being able to release his cut just like Zack Snyder did with Justice League and Batman v Superman. I think it would be unfair not to release this cut, and just lets me think about why even bother to hire some guy as director if the studio can just interfere and change everything they want. In that case, you don't need a director. Moving on. The red ones, and that is going to be controversial as hell, but please hear me out, I got this, I have a plan. The red ones are those which are wanted by the so-called Snyder fans, Ben Affleck's Batman v Deathstroke and part 2 and 3 of Zack Snyder's Justice League trilogy. I said this is controversial, but I'm just getting started. This allows David Ayer and Zack Snyder to make the movies they want. It allows people that loved the early days of the DCEU to see more of it, and it also allows fans of Zack Snyder's Justice League to see the end of this story, since this movie ended on a big cliffhanger. After this we get a Flash movie starring Ezra Miller, since this is the same universe as before. Warner and especially James Gunn can use this movie as a device to reset the universe, doing a hard reboot by time travel or something, and start over with something completely new. For now I just call this the past Snyderverse era. At this point the Flash is not a movie, it is a device to start a new universe from scratch, and I mean it. At this point in time, there must be a completely new cast, new characters, new ideas and storylines, nothing that can remind people of anything that happened since Man of Steel till now. People who despise Zack Snyder's movies and his idea of the Justice League can ignore everything and can start watching with whatever comes after The Flash. These people don't even have to watch The Flash, since it creates a new timeline or even a new universe if you will, and it could not be more unimportant to the new story starting afterwards. And stuff like this isn't that far from imagination, since DC Comics resetted the universe more than once, so why bother, it is comic accurate. The other half of the fandom, the side that loves Zack Snyder's idea, can watch the 10 movies before Barry resets the universe in The Flash, and if they want they can either stop watching, since this is the storyline they were here for, or they can just continue with The Flash and everything that comes after under the management of James Gunn. This plan could take less than 10 years, I think about maybe like 5 years. Finish the last few things with David Ayer's Suicide Squad, that should not take that long. Parallel you can start production on Batman v Deathstroke and do the pre-production of Justice League 2 and 3. Do everything you can without a director and then wait these few years till Zack himself can leave Netflix. The production of a movie this scale takes something like 3 years. Batman v Superman took 3 years too. Just assuming the production of BVD starts right now and David Ayer's Suicide Squad came out as well, let's just make a short timeline for this. David Ayer's Suicide Squad could release in fall, maybe winter 2023, or if you want to fill a gap between SS and future JL movies, release it in summer 2024. The BVD movie can come out in fall 2025, if I'm right with 3 years of production. In 2024 or so, Zack Snyder could start the production on Justice League, and the best would be to film it back to back. Justice League Part 2 and 3 could then release in 2027, maybe 2028. That is 6 years from now. That could easily be possible. And after all this, you can start over again from scratch. And if you guys are interested, I'm currently working on this. The past Snyderverse era. I make my own future DCU, and I hope you will come back to this channel to see what I got. Many may wonder, what about Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom? And what about Blue Beetles? I don't know. Movie's not out yet. Maybe it is set in Zack Snyder's timeline, maybe not, I don't know. But since The Flash is a finished movie that comes out in theaters in a few months and Blue Beetles is a thing right now, I don't think that Warner Brothers and James Gunn would just cancel their plans and follow my idea to make things right. I don't know what will come and if I can ever be a fan of DC movies in the future again the way I was. I just had the need to tell everyone what I think is the best way to reset the DCU and how I think everyone would be happy. But what do I know? I'm just some insignificant guy from Germany who doesn't have influence on anything. But I hope you guys liked the video and my idea. Please comment yours if you got one too, and see you next time. Bye!